Zelenskyy is an odd ball, obviously. And ever since the disrespect that he showed to America, essentially, in the Oval Office, he's been vacillating between trying to sort of say things that would make amends, but then also staying completely defiant about not apologizing. And I cannot figure out his game plan here. It doesn't make much sense. He's been doing a lot of tweeting. So if you could read, they're kind of long, but I always have you read the long ones.
I know, you do.
So, there's 2 tweets, and I'd like you to read both, and then there'll be a video from him.
Okay. As a result of these days, we see clear support from Europe, even more unity, even more willingness to cooperate. Everyone is united on the main issue. For peace to be real, we need real security guarantees. And this is the position of all of Europe, the entire continent, the United Kingdom, the European Union, Turkey. The way that he spelled that is just so weird. Of course, we understand the importance of America, and we are grateful for all the support we've received from the United States. There has not been a day when we haven't felt gratitude. It's gratitude for the preservation of our independence. Our resilience in Ukraine is based on what our partners are doing for us and for their own security. What we need is peace, not endless war. And that's why we say security guarantees are the key to this. The basic scenario is to maintain positions and create conditions for proper diplomacy to achieve the swiftest possible end to this war with a just peace. We need peace, true and honest peace, not endless war, and security guarantees are essential. Oh my God, dude. The absence of security guarantees for Ukraine 11 years ago allowed Russia to start with the occupation of Crimea and the war in Donbass. Later, the absence of security guarantees allows Russia to launch a full-scale invasion. And now, due to the lack of clear security guarantees, Russia continues to fuel this war. The world sees this and the world acknowledges it. Today, we continued our work with European partners on a special diplomatic and security architecture that can bring us closer to peace. Then why doesn't he just do what he's supposed to do? He doesn't want peace. This guy is full of crap, Mock. He does not want peace. There is not a part of him that I am convinced that wants peace at all. He wants it. He does want an endless war. That's what he wants because it continues to give him money and power. I think he's full of shit.
I do too. I'm so sick of him. And again, the messages are very mixed, right? Like he tries to throw in there, oh yeah, we never stopped feeling gratitude. No. And like Europe is awesome. Like Europe is totally on our side. And so here's a video that he put out, which does have a translator, speaking for him. So you'll understand what he's saying. Here he is yesterday.
I'm
grateful to President Trump for his sincere interest in our common opportunities, in how we can bring real peace together. It was a long conversation. We discussed many nuances, diplomatic, military, economic, and President Trump informed me of what Putin had told him. We believe that America's strength is enough to push Russia and Putin to peace together with us, together with all our partners.
Okay, well then sign the freaking deal and stop being such a jerk.
That's what he should have done, and he won't do it. He won't do it because we are literally his sugar daddy, and he doesn't want to end the gravy train. And that's just the bottom line. Anybody who can't see that, I'm sorry, I cannot help you. That's what he is. He is riding a gravy train, and he doesn't want it to end because the guy was a freaking comedian. He was a nobody before they put him into this position. And now he's got all this power. He's got all this control. He's got money. He's got people living in a state of martial law. He's halted free and fair elections. I mean, he is a freaking dictator and he's loving it. He's a dictator and he loves it. Why would he end that? You know?
Well, and the posturing that Europe is doing right now is, there is reason for the United States to be super concerned about Europe's response to this because, especially with the UK talking about this 100-year deal that they're making with Ukraine and how they're talking about putting defense positioning where Russia currently has control. Like they are really provoking Russia. And the more they do that, if they provoke Russia into actually being aggressive against other countries aside from Ukraine, then we are effed because that means we have NATO obligations and we got to come in. And that's what they're counting on. And that's what makes me so worried because if we don't get out of NATO, we're going to be sucked into a World War III.
Agreed.
And it's the fault of Europe. They are the ones that are now dragging this out.
They're
because
bloodthirsty.
They could easily say to Zelenskyy, you need to sign that deal with America because we're out. Until you sign, we are not helping you because that is your ticket to peace.
Right.
Go do it.
And you got the Keir Starmers of the world who are like, oh my God, we'll back you no matter what. And it's like,
Oh my God.
it's so great. You're right. He's a giant wuss. And it's nice to listen. It's nice to say we back you forever when you have no skin in the game. When
Right.
we're paying like 80% of everything, we're the big daddy. We pull out and they got jack squat. They
But
are
will
screwed.
we? That's the question.
I feel like, listen, if anybody is going to do it, it's Trump. That guy, biggest balls on the planet. Look at what he's
Can you
done
imagine
so far.
if he announced that tonight? Like,
It'd
can
be
you
the
imagine?
greatest. Oh, but people's heads would explode, and I am there for it.
Oh my God, that would
I
be
am
amazing.
It would be the greatest thing ever. Listen, I feel like he's capable of doing that.
I mean, we'll see.
If there's
We will
anybody
see.
if there's anybody that understands that we are being taken advantage of and who doesn't want World War III, because you see him I played a clip yesterday when he was talking to thin-lipped Caitlin Collins back in the day when he was running for president. He was asked by her, who do you want Ukraine to win this war? And he's like, I want people to stop dying.
Right.
That's what he wants. And I truly believe that that's the case. He doesn't want people to continue. He wants this to stop. He wants peace. What a concept, right?
Yeah.
He wants peace and he wants to stop being taken advantage of. And so I think that he is truly capable of pulling out of NATO. I think that would be the best case scenario. And let's see how big his balls are tonight.
The more that you get your tinfoil hat tight, the more you kind of screw that on.
Oh, I've got
then the more
permanent
preppy,
one. Right.
the more prepper minded you become. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So don't just kind of sit on your laurels thinking, oh, we got the House and the Senate and the White House. You don't know how quickly things can change and how quickly.
Don't sit on those laurels. Don't sit on
Don't
them.
sit on them.
It's uncomfortable. Don't
They're
sit
not
on those.
comfortable.
They're sharp, uncomfortable. Don't do that.
Be prepared, especially from an emergency food standpoint. And why, if you're going to have emergency food on hand, which by the way lasts 25 years, why not have really yummy tasting food on hand? That's what you get from ReadyWise.com. And when you use code CHICKS10, you will get 10% off of your entire purchase. They've got the self-heating meal kits. They've got regular meal kits. They've got yummy soup, dried fruits and veggies. They've got it all. And they also have like supplies that you might need for camping or boating or things like that. It's not just emergencies. So check it out, ReadyWise.com. Use code CHICKS10, CHICKS10 to get that discount. And now we also know that Senate Democrats contributed to the chaos that took place in the Oval Office. So there was this report about how Democrats led Zelenskyy and Ukraine off the cliff because they pressured him to reject the deal with President Trump. They didn't want Trump to have a win of any kind. So they pressured him to do exactly what he did. And so they are complicit in prolonging this war.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just... Wow.
Democrats, shame on Democrats. They are warmongering, bloodthirsty jackholes.
Yep. It's incredible to watch the switch.
Really? I know. This is the thing. Like they used to be the party of anti-war. They used to be the party of peace, right? They were like the hippies way back in the day. And you guys look at us. We are the hippies now.
It's
Go
crazy.
Figure.
It's so wild. And JD Vance, God love him, this is what he posted in response to Chris Murphy saying that Trump is aligned with Putin. He posted this from, what is it, The Office?
It's from, I can't, is it from Horrible Bosses? Is that what it's
Yes, from Horrible Bosses.
Horrible Bosses.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm
just
dying.
Love him so much.
That is the greatest thing
He's like
ever.
the king of the trolls right now.
Oh my God. So great. Best VP ever.
Yeah. And then also there was news yesterday that Zelenskyy said in some interview of his that the war is going to go on for a long, long time, that peace is far, far away, which was pretty remarkable. And Trump tweeted about it. He was furious. He said, this is the worst statement that could have been made by Zelenskyy, and America will not put up with it for much longer.
Right.
It's what I was saying. This guy doesn't want there to be peace as long as he has America's backing. And Europe, in the meeting they had with Zelenskyy, stated flatly that they cannot do the job without the U.S. Probably not a great statement to have been made in terms of a show of strength against Russia. What are they thinking?
He sure does like our money, though, doesn't he?
He sure does.
And he sure is enriching himself. He and his freaking wife.
Oh God.
And
yeah,
all
we've
the
got some clips of them.
right. And all the higher ups, they sure have enriched themselves, haven't they? They've gotten rich off this war. This guy is a piece of crap. I swear.
And Trump was asked about this whole statement that he made, saying that the end of the war is very, very far away. And without naming Zelenskyy, he said, anybody who says that is on their way out. Here is Trump.
Everybody has to get into a room, so to speak, and we have to make a deal. And the deal can be made very fast. It should not be that hard a deal to make. It could be made very fast. Now, maybe somebody doesn't want to make a deal. And if somebody doesn't want to make a deal, I think that person won't be around very long. That person will not be listened to very long because I believe that Russia wants to make a deal. I believe certainly the people of Ukraine want to make a deal. They've suffered more than anybody else.
Exactly, they do. I'd like to know where Ben Stiller and Angelina Jolie and Sean Penn and all those other jackholes are that were paid to go suck up to this guy.
They're probably organizing another trip.
I mean, you haven't heard much from them lately, have you? You know, you don't hear them like tweeting about this or talking about how great he is because, you know, we all found out that they were a bunch of phonies.